Our youngest son's name is Aaron. He's 7, and he's a delight. He's a wonderful kid, full of love, always giving hugs and kisses and telling us he loves us, and he's just a really wonderful kid. He came into the world, though, in an astounding way. I had been induced because I had preeclampsia, and his cord prolapsed, so it was an emergency C-section. And not only was it an emergency C-section, but he was born without any heart tones, so he had to be completely resuscitated, and that was a scary experience because there was absolutely nothing that I could do. Nothing. I just had to trust that other people knew what they were doing. And all through that experience, I had to trust because I was a nervous wreck. First of all, I couldn't see or hold my baby. I didn't know if he was okay. I didn't know if he was gonna be okay. There was a lot of uncertainty, and I needed a lot of reassurance from people who knew, who had gone through this experience, the nurses who had experienced babies that were born like this, and pretty much I needed constant reassurance that everything was gonna be okay. And I sought it. I asked for it. I was like, is this gonna be okay? Is he gonna be okay? Will he be able to nurse? Will he be able to go home? And I had a lot of support. The nurses and the staff and my husband and my sisters and my family were all there to support me through that uncertain time. And I really needed that to get through that experience so that I wasn't feeling alone, and so that I could know from someone else that things were going to be okay. Because sometimes you just feel like it's not going to be okay. And you feel totally uncertain and not able to rely on your own thoughts, your own perception. And you have to rely on other people. You have to rely on them for strength, and you have to trust them that what they're saying is true, that you won't always feel horrible. And I felt horrible when my baby was in the NICU. It's a feeling that you can't describe because it's total helplessness. And boy, did I want to have hope, but I really didn't. I was pretty hopeless too because I didn't know how quickly things were going to turn around, and they did turn around quickly. Aaron got better fast. He was able to start nursing, and he came home within the week, which was a miracle. And he doesn't have any long-term disabilities because of his birth, which is a miracle, because he was born without life. It was a very traumatic experience, and it didn't just last that day. For a lot of time afterward, I had to be careful what I watched on TV, couldn't listen to birth stories because it just affected me differently than it ever had before, and I couldn't handle it. And at that point in my life, I decided there was no way I was ever going to be a labor and delivery nurse because I could not handle the bad stories and the bad events. I'm lucky. I came home with my baby, and I have Aaron today, and I feel so blessed to have him, to be able to raise him and to have him in our family. He is a joy, an absolute joy, and we love him so much, and we're so grateful that things turned out the way they did. But it was an experience that was really difficult. It was worth it though.